What is up, YouTube? My name is Brandon Rogers. This channel is called Chili Dog Motorsports. We are in my driveway with the little Grom clone today to talk about winterization. Now, unfortunately, it's about that time of year. Many of you, myself included, we got to hang our motorcycles up for a couple months. It's unfortunate, but it's just the way it is, depending on where you live. Now, the main premise here is to protect our bike against corrosion and degradation and keep it in a rideable state for when spring comes around and we can hop back on. Now, a couple things happen here when you store your motorcycle. We're talking corrosion on the outside, corrosion on the inside, gummed up carburetors, dead batteries, flat tires, the list goes on. Stay tuned, we'll show you how to stave off all of those issues. Now, the first thing we're going to talk about today is dirt and debris. Believe it or not, paints and metals prefer to be clean. If you leave them chock full of grit and grime and road oils, it can actually embed itself in your paint and in your metals and promote degradation and corrosion. This can be easily mitigated by just washing your bike. Now, the first thing we are going to do is hose this down to remove as much loose dirt and debris as we can. And be kind of ginger. Don't blast your electronics, but we want to try and get as much as we can off the bike before we start rubbing it down with soap and water. And now we're going to go ahead and wash it just like you would any other car or motorcycle. Again, I'm really just doing this to show you that it's not going to kill your bike. I know some people say these things aren't waterproof, but they're waterproof. There we go. And go ahead and just rinse it all off and repeat those steps as necessary. Sometimes if your bike's real dirty, you gotta do it 2-3 times. And then what I like to do is just take my air hose, dry it off. You could dry it off with a towel. Totally acceptable. I just like to use air hose because it's quick. Now we got the outside protected, let's talk about protecting the inside. Now, as you ride your motorcycle, the oil breaks down, it loses viscosity, it loses its ability to protect the internal components of your engine. Now this, we can fix by just changing the oil and give it a fresh oil change. Now, another big problem we're going to have is modern fuels do expire after some time. We're talking oxidation, evaporation, and water contamination. Now, oxidation is what causes the ethanol in modern fuels to gum up. It's going to clog your fuel system and your carburetor, and your bike's going to run like crud. Evaporation, the more volatile parts of your gasoline evaporate, dissipate into the atmosphere, which causes a lower octane rating in your gasoline. Also, your bike's going to run like crud. Water contamination, Humidity gets inside the tanks and stuff, will cause corrosion, and that's not good for anything. Now we can fix this by just using a fuel additive. Ours in particular is about 1 ounce per 2 gallons, so we're going to use half an ounce because these are only gallon tanks. Now you do want to run the motorcycle to get that fuel treatment cycled down to the carburetor, because if you only leave it in your tank, your carburetor's not treated and it's still going to gum up. So let's go ahead, fire it up. We're going to just run it for a couple minutes. And lastly, batteries. Now, all batteries, including your car battery, will lose some charge over time, even when they're disconnected. For a lead-acid battery, this is typically about 1 to 2% a week. Now, environmental factors like extremely cold weather can accelerate this, and faulty batteries will fail much faster. We can easily fix this by just getting a cheap battery tender. Now, I much prefer to use the tenders that come with these little ring terminals you can just permanently affix to your battery, and then you have the little plug-in you just tuck under your seat. It's there when you need it, you don't have to worry about it. But you can also use the alligator clamp style just as well. That is completely acceptable. It is just personal preference at this point. But to install these, we need to remove the seat. We're just going to disconnect our battery here. And make sure not to lose a little nut there. The negative one is going to want to fall out. Just make sure you catch that. So then we are going to take our terminal end for our battery tender. Now, hopefully if you got a good one, they should be marked red and black. We're just going to correlate those to the red and black posts on the battery. And voila, that is installed. Now you can just plug your tender right into that and your battery will tend. And now your bike should be good and winterized and ready to go come spring when it's time to hop back on and give it a brap brap. Anyways, plus little pro tip here. Store your bike on stands. You won't get flat spots in your wheels. We hope that you enjoyed watching today's episode, and we appreciate each and every one of you watching. If you like the parts we use, we're going to link all of them down below. That way you can winterize your bike. It'll stay fresh and ready to rip come spring. I don't got much more for you. Go winterize your bike. Get out of my driveway. Get in your own driveway. Go winterize your bike.